Anyone here the kind of person who is secretly sweating about a virtual or hybrid conference, nervous about virtual fatigue, or frankly speaking, you're just not good at computers when hundreds of your colleagues are online? Well, this message is for you. You need an engaging virtual meetings producer. An engaging virtual meetings producer is a certified trained expert that will help you design, rehearse, and produce your next virtual conference. Oh, I love this part. It's my hard drive catching up with this amazing video. Conference, summit, or masterclass. Once we know your goals, we'll help you choose your optimal platform. We can work with world-class platforms such as Zoom, Teams, WebEx, Adobe Connect, or any virtual platform. Next, we'll help you design your customized look and feel. Your virtual look and feel builds upon your hard-earned brand. Keep watching this video to see how to get into the top 1% of all virtual conferences, summits, and masterclasses. You'll get access to our proprietary engagement techniques, which is our treasure chest of 35 years of tried and true virtual mastery to elevate your virtual to the top 1%. Next, we help you design your run of show. Your run of show is the glue that holds everything together in your virtual and hybrid program. Next, we help you lead rehearsals. Rehearsals are one of the best ways to prevent virtual disasters. Finally, it's time to produce your show. Trust our production team to take care of you. World-class training legend Bob Pike said, hosting a 100% live virtual conference is a huge risk unless you have the right team. We are the right team, the team for you. Make sure every presenter looks great, and we push every button at the exact right time so that your speakers, your videos, and your slides deliver a world-class experience to your valuable attendees. Get ready to stand out against your competition, earn more revenue, increase repeat attendees, and ensure your place into the future. Let's hear what others have to say.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank John Chen. I wish I had that tutorial about a year ago when we first started using Zoom. That was outstanding.
This is the time I feel at home. Finally, I'm so happy you put this together.
I mean, it was unbelievable. Rash talking about it. It was like, you don't even know Zoom. You don't understand Zoom.
It's easy to be scared of being left behind as technology moves so fast now. If you want your next virtual conference, summit, or masterclass to be easy, professional, and have your attendees say, this is the best virtual or hybrid ever, then you need to click the link, engagingvirtualmeetings.com/meet, and get your Engaging Virtual Meetings producer. Make a move. Our team looks forward to meeting with you, and hey, we'll see you online. Hey there, this is John Chen, and I'm so excited. This is my third cohort of teaching Engaging Virtual Meetings certified producers. We have 6 producers here who have been spending the entire week. They will spend a total or invest a total of 20 hours this week learning how to design and produce meetings that are engaging. Let me tell you that it is no easy feat to take on an assignment like this. For those who know, like we have many of our friends here, I know Dorita, I think, just joined us, who are previous producers, and they have gone on to produce some amazing programs, 1,200 person online programs, things like 150 different sessions, getting to produce amazing people like Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Love, Pray, who sold 16 million books. As a producer, we are the people behind the scenes who are doing all the things that we can to make virtual engaging. And so I'm excited that we have a live audience today. Everyone, do me a favor, wave out here too. We also have our live stream audience. There are many of our new producers and a few of our people here who are in our live audience to support our new producers today. Because today, basically what's going to happen is that each of them get a chance to design and produce as well as present 8 minutes of or so of material throughout the day. So each of you in the audience, while you sit back and relax, you're going to get a chance to learn from 6 of the newest and top producers that I have. They're going to each share a new feature of Zoom that you may or may not know about and share you some different ways to use it. So if you are looking for new ideas for engagement, you are in the right place, and we are so excited that each of you are here. So let's see. Let me do my first intro to my guest coming up here. And she is an online teacher and performer for 8 years. She was in a family court battle with a sociopathic narcissist for 10 years, which trained her to be your stressed battle strategist. Let's welcome to the stage, put your hands in the air for the only, one and only Amy Zwagenbaum. Hi, Amy, how are you? Oh, let's get you unmuted. I'm going to hit the button for you. Go ahead there. Now, let's hear your.
Hi, John. I'm great. How are you?
We're doing fantastic.
Thank you for that lovely introduction.
You're welcome. How excited are you today to be almost graduated from this course?
Well, this is a truly epic course, not to be missed. Go from producer impaired to producer superstar in a week.
Producer empowered, right?
Producer empowered, sure.
Outstanding. All right, Amy, I'm gonna give the stage to you and show us something new.
Okay. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Amy Zwagenbaum, and I'm going to be showing you about the fabulous world of Studio Effects. So let me start by bringing up my PowerPoint here. Okay, and for some reason I've lost my view. Sorry.
Outstanding. We see your PowerPoint, but not yet in presentation mode.
Okay. Not yet. It's not in present. How do I put it in presentation mode?
Bottom right. You'll see
I
the
did that wrong.
This icon right there on the bottom right.
Bottom right.
Amy, throughout the week, one of Joe Welch's friends, the 3 of them produced programs together. Amy has actually one of the coolest features I believe we're presenting today, Studio Effects. Raise your hands if you have ever used Studio Effects. 1. I see 1 in the audience. Oh, Joe has 2, of course. Outstanding. Well, here, let's do this. While Amy is getting her slide deck up, I'll help you out on one of the features she's going to use. Go over to the bottom left where you see stop video. And don't hit stop video, but hit the little up caret. Hit the little up caret and choose virtual background. Choose virtual background. And then on the bottom right, you'll see something that's blue that says Studio Effects. Studio Effects. And that should open up the Studio Effects window. If you see that, just raise your hand. Let me just see if a few of you have got it. Great. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Ruth.
Okay, sorry about that. For some reason, it's not sharing the way I'd like it to.
Outstanding. Do you want to just talk them through it here? I have them already with the Studio Effects window open, Amy.
Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of me. Okay, I'm just going to share this as is, because it's better to have something than nothing. Okay, and what just happened? Just shared the wrong one. Okay, so sorry, guys. I know virtual meetings, you can see why we really do need to have a producer.
That is
So
correct.
you don't end up feeling like, oh my goodness, what am I doing?
That's no problem. I'm here with you, Amy. All right. So for those who, again, who are there, while Amy bringing our piece up, you can start with eyebrows. Somehow or another, I have very small eyebrows right now. But you can.
Okay, I've got something here.
There we go. Let me back to you, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me get that out of here. All right. So this presentation is called Look Your Best. Go from 30 minutes prep to 30 seconds or less and save money. So who here has spent the most money on stage makeup? I know I've spent about $100 myself. Who can beat that?
I cannot, Amy. I've probably spent maybe $40.
Please use the emoji to.
Olivia has the record currently, $300.
Yeah, I think she wins. Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the worst. So, are you someone who doesn't enjoy wearing stage makeup? Very good, very good. Well, the good news is if I could save you money and cut your virtual meeting prep time from 30 minutes to 30 seconds or less, would you be interested in learning more? Thumbs up for yes.
I'm just going to shout out. Absolutely. Tell us more.
Fabulous. Okay, so here's what we got. I don't know about you, but this is what I look like in the morning. I personally would hate to go in front of a Zoom meeting like this. Mostly because, let's face it, nobody wants to see that in the morning. So rather than look like this, you spend hours and hours making yourself look gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. I did not spend even 30 seconds this morning getting that look. And here's how. So first, we're introducing the Zoom Studio Effects. Click on the arrow right beside your stop video and go to the video filter. Thumbs up when you got it.
We are there.
Okay. Now we go into our video filter. We should see something that looks like this. Got it?
We are there too.
Fabulous. Okay, so now we're going to go into Studio Effects. And just to make this a little bit more interesting, I'm going to show you what I look like without them. So here's our Studio Effects, and I'm getting rid of mine. As you can never cooperates. As you can see, I'm not the gorgeous woman I was just a moment ago. So when I apply my makeup and my nicer eyebrows, I look more like this. But it's not about me learning how to look good. It's about you looking good for less than in 30 seconds or less. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go inside our video filter. We're going to go inside the Studio Effects, and I want everyone to pick the biggest eyebrows they have there. And we're going to go to our little color wheel at the end, and we are going to make them hot pink. Press OK. So does everybody now have hot pink eyebrows?
I chose green, but sure.
As you can see, you can be a clown without any makeup too. So then we're going to go back in. And we're going to pick our mustache and beard. Pick the one that's got the most. Okay, no using regular colors on this one either. I'm going to go with green. Pick the color you like and let's see the room.
All right, about to hit the gallery. Let's find out where everybody is at. Oh, there we go. We have a good compendium of makeup here.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Very nice. Very
We
nice.
have about 1 more minute for you, Amy. So go ahead.
Okay, now our final one to do is we go into back into our video filter and we're going to fix the lips. So go down to your lip color and pick something interesting and close. It's okay and close. Now, does everybody have their interesting looks? The good news, my friends, is you don't have to look like this when you go to your meeting. So all you do is go in. Guys, this is good for you too, because then you don't have to worry about having to shave in the morning. You just go in, you pick your favorite eyebrows, your favorite facial hair or lipstick, and you turn out camera ready with nothing more than a few moments. Thank you. If you want to reach me for something more, the address is azwagenbaum@gmail.com. Can you please put that in the chat, John?
Excellent. I'll put that in there in just a minute. Go ahead and do your introduction.
And now, the one, the only, Olivia Vanessa.
Excellent. Olivia, need your camera on. Now would be a good time. Let's see that amazing makeup.
John, I'm right here.
Ah, there we go. Outstanding.
Hey guys. While I load the PowerPoint, I was wondering, does anyone use the chat on Zoom?
Yes. Almost all the hands are up.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to teach you about all the new features of Zoom chat with my new virtual makeup face going on. And so it's just taking a minute to load, but I'm glad to see that nearly everyone is well versed in this chat, but you might not be familiar with these features. I'm going to show you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Welcome to your new immersive chat experience. So welcome to one of John's amazing classes. So glad you're here. I'm Olivia Vanessa, and I'm your presenter and guide. I'm also a certified engaging virtual meetings producer, and I use Zoom frequently as a student. So we all are familiar with virtual meetings, classrooms, hybrid conferences, and they're great because after we experience the comfort of our home attending meetings, how could we ever go back? But Zoom fatigue is a thing. So one key to beating Zoom fatigue is engagement, and I'm going to talk about my favorite tool that makes meetings more engaging. So you want to access Zoom through your desktop, like so. And I just want to mention really quickly that if you have not updated, you will not see these features. And you can quickly do that in your settings, which I've shown here. But let's get started with the chat. Okay, so when you open up your chat dialog box, you'll see on the bottom left corner, there are 4 icons. First, we're going to go over the format. And format, what it allows you to do is bold, italicize, underline, strike through, and make your texts more dramatic. Does anyone want to try showing me in the chat how you would format your text? Perfect, John, look at that. Pink highlighted background formatted chat. Anybody else? Okay. And then there's also, you will see at the very end, you might not be familiar with what HN stands for, that's heading. So you can even make your chat, and some of you are ahead already, so you get the hang of it. All you have to do is press the click when you're prompted to, there's more options. So now, for example, you can also make lists, insert a quote, and so much more. And then now I'm going to talk about the screen capture tool. It's hidden behind this dialog box, so I circled the wrong icon. So just ignore that, but this is what it'll look like. And so what you do is you take a screenshot, it's kind of like a lasso tool. And then now my photo is in the chat. And then I hit send, and now everybody can see what I captured. I want to make a note though that you can annotate your photos. Oh, perfect. Look at John. Annotate. And I love that you guys are having so much fun in the chat doing this with me. I want to make a note though that you have to annotate the photo before pressing capture, or all your annotations will go away. They won't just magically appear when you hit send. I like that screenshot, thank you. And then next is file sharing. And then so you can share via Dropbox. They give you a wide array of options. And my favorite is emojis. And that's pretty self-explanatory with the smiley. And if you're curious, I made sure you knew about the save chat feature. You can save your chats and meetings, and they're pretty accurate, but what I see as a host will look different from what you see right now. And I want to mention quickly that mobile app is different on your phone. So you can send photos, and then this is the emoji directory, like pretty usual, but this time it has copy, reply, and quote. You copy, paste, quote, puts whoever you wanted in quotation marks, and then reply will take you to that individual message, and then you hit reply. And then there's the emojis that I love. See? And then now I want to ask, don't you feel more connected to one another after being allowed special emphasis on target messages? And also, I want to take this time to play around and ask questions to the audience, like what are your questions? Do you have thoughts? Feel free to unmute.
Excellent. Thank you, Olivia. Here, let's give it a view of some of the chats. Actually, Olivia, if you can stop share.
Perfect.
See some of the other chats that are here. Ruth has put sunglasses, glasses, and star eyes. Wanda, of course, gave us 2 eyes looking there. Steve gave us a thumbs up. Thank you to everyone who has chatted.
So I tried stop share. Okay, never mind. There we go. There you can you guys see it now now that I took out my screen?
Yes, now we can see both. So you see my screen here and yours. Of course, we also were able to chat a picture. Ruth chatted a picture of you. I chatted a picture of Steve, and we see lots of great colors and fonts. Excellent. Olivia, why don't you go ahead and take us to our next speaker?
Okay, I'd like to introduce Wanda of Uniquely Yours Consulting, who will be determining how to pin and spotlight, not spin and potlight, okay?
Excellent. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have to just share with you all that as I was logging in, I lost my audio. So in the world of producing and presenting, you just kind of go with it. So hopefully you are seeing my screen at this time. So what I am going to talk about today is pinning versus spotlighting. All right, here we go. All right, so How many of you all remember the pandemic? March 2020, the whole world shut down. I'm going to share with you all how a Post-it note saved my career. So when we started going on to video conferencing, my company uses WebEx, and people were pretty grumpy. I had a coworker who always got on WebEx meetings, and she would keep her camera on, which is a great thing for engagement, but she always was frowning. She'd be rolling her eyes, and she just brought a negative vibe to the meeting. And so I wanted to just kind of tune her out. So I looked to the right, and lo and behold, there was a Post-it note. So I started putting Post-it notes over her picture so I would not have to see her. So that solved the problem, except when someone joined the meeting. Then her box would move. And so I was chasing little sticky notes around. Well, thanks to Zoom, they now have a couple of new features that I want to just share with you on today. And the first one is pinning. So the pinning feature allows participants like yourselves to pin a specific video to their screen. So it is local, it keeps you focused. So I could have chosen to pin her or pin someone else. It also helps you just to stay focused. So how you do that is if you look on your, either the boxes, we all have 3 dots that are there, which mean more. You can also pull up your participant list at the bottom, and it will look kind of like what I have there. And then you will see pin. Because I am in a host mode, you will not see all of those pieces. But if you click pin, then this is what you would see. So whoever you pin is going to be centered for you. Okay. All right. So how do you think pinning someone might be helpful or useful in a Zoom meeting? And you can either unmute or you can drop that in the chat.
I know, Wanda, this is John. For me, pinning allows me to see something, a speaker bigger, even if they weren't set up that way. So sometimes I need to watch somebody in the audience, so I will pin them instead of spotlight them.
Awesome. Yes. So if you are hosting a meeting or you are presenting and you would like your producer or someone who's helping you, you can say, pin me to the top, or I'm going to show you highlighting. The other way that I have used this in the past is I'm a facilitator and I've done fishbowl exercises. You can pin up to 9 people at one time with the new features in Zoom. That's a good question, Dorita. Okay, Steve says for isolating your participant to record them independent on what's going on in the meeting. Yes, absolutely. So that's a way that you are able to utilize pinning. All right, and so spotlighting, and I will have my producer, Victoria, to spotlight me. So spotlighting is a feature that allows hosts or co-hosts to be able to pin one or more participants and make them prominent for all the people in the room. So it ensures that that person is going to be your focus, so you can use it for presentations, for speeches, for panels, or discussions. So you do it as the host. I would find the people that I wanted to spotlight, and then I would hit spotlight, and then that person, if I am spotlighted, I should see big in the center of your screen, and then the other people in the room is between, they're up top, so the smaller pictures. All right, so Ruth says, what's the difference between pinning and spotlighting? Pinning is personal. You can choose who you want to pin. So you might want to pin, let's say, Victoria, Ruth, and not see, but like when I'm pinned, then I'm going to be center stage as the presenter. So, but if you will unpin me, Victoria, and I'm going to ask you all to just pick someone that you might want to try this with. So either go to their picture, look in the top right-hand corner where you have the 3 dots, click on it, and it should say pin. And then that person, they're gonna be centered for you. All right. Any other questions? Yes, so pinning is personal view. That's the main difference between two. And then you can also have up to 9 people pinned as well. All right, so those are your major differences between pinning and also spotlighting. One is personal, one is for the entire group, one is local, one is global throughout the meeting. So thank you all very much for your time and your attention, and I hope that you will keep spotting. And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Victoria Sanchez, who is also known as One Mom's Memorial Ride. And Victoria is going to be sharing with us Mastering Virtual Backgrounds, Unveiling the Hidden Potential. Take it away.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Can you spotlight me, please? I think I have you pinned. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Welcome. And we're going to be going on this transformational journey into the realm of virtual backgrounds. I'm Victoria Sanchez, and I'm known as One Mom's Memorial Ride. I'm going to guide you on this exploration here to shed light on the pain points and unveil the remarkable benefits of using virtual backgrounds. By the end of this meeting, you'll not only understand the intricacies of virtual backgrounds, but also have an exclusive opportunity to join a masterclass designed to elevate your background game to new heights. So let's embark on this thrilling expedition together. Picture this: virtual backgrounds are the alchemists of digital realm, seamlessly replacing reality with an exchanging tapestry of images or video during virtual meetings. And I believe that Wanda is going to be dropping some of the virtual backgrounds that I have created into the chat for you at this time. So you could be looking at those while I finish my, my speech here. In essence, virtual backgrounds work their magic by digitally superimposing captivating scenes, artistic designs, or even your brand identity, transporting you into the world of infinite possibilities. While virtual backgrounds hold immense potential, we must acknowledge the hurdles of this transformational path. From technology gaps and compatibility conundrums to limited customization options, we understand the challenge may hinder your virtual background aspirations. Fear not, throughout our masterclass, we will equip you with the knowledge and tools to overcome these pain points and embrace the true power of virtual backgrounds. Imagine a virtual realm where professionalism, creativity, and privacy emerge harmoniously, transcending the constraints of physical space. In some of the backgrounds, you'll notice you can be anywhere in the world just by changing your background. Virtual backgrounds bring forth a world of possibilities, a professional appearance, brand consistency, heightened privacy and security, enhanced engagement, and the flexibility to connect from anywhere. If you see, I can switch my backgrounds out very easily and be in any setting that I want. And I want the masterclass that I'm going to be offering is going to teach you how to design your own backgrounds. I've designed all of these as a gift for you all. So by adopting virtual backgrounds, you harness the ability to captivate your audience, ignite your team and creativity, and transcend the ordinary in every virtual interaction. Now that we have unraveled the secrets and potentials of virtual backgrounds, let's take your skills to new dimensions. I invite you to seize this exclusive opportunity and join our upcoming masterclass, where we'll delve deeper into the art of backgrounds, imparting you with the expertise to craft and cultivate captivating virtual landscapes. To secure your spot in this transformative experience, reach out to me at onemomsmemorialride@gmail.com. Act swiftly, as limited spots are available for our one-on-one training. Prepare to unlock your creativity and revolutionize your virtual present. In the time that we have together, we're going to explore the pain points and bask in the extraordinary benefits of virtual backgrounds. Remember, by joining our masterclass, you'll refine your virtual background prowess and set yourself apart in the virtual realm. Embrace the power of virtual backgrounds and let your imagination soar. Thank you for joining me on this remarkable journey. Who would like to download their first virtual background that I have created? Joe. She's always a willing participant. Would you like to unpin me so we can see Joe when she puts her background up and how quickly and easily it is? How many people here know how to do the exchange of virtual backgrounds? I could walk someone through it. Does anybody here not know how to change out your background? Okay. So Joe, I have created some virtual backgrounds for all of us as our graduating class today. Would you like to be the first one to put the background up?
May I please coach me through it?
Okay, so we are going to hit the up caret next to the stop video.
Okay.
Choose your virtual background.
Mm-hmm.
And then select the executive event producers.
Oh, I see that. Okay. And is it this one? Wait.
Yes. Yay.
I did it.
Thank you. Does everybody want to do that? And we can see how the effects of having a really nice virtual background in a screenshot with everybody in it can just change things so much. It can up-level your meetings, just look more uniformed and pleasant on the eye.
I've got mine up.
Okay, Olivia, can you get yours up? Ruth, do you need any help?
She's just starting to download.
Working on it.
Okay. Steve, can I help you with anything?
I need
You guys are looking great.
I think I need to download the background. Is there a link that you have for that?
It was in the chat, I believe. Wanda was in. Wanda is my producer today, and she's doing an excellent job. Thank you so much. Ruth, how can I help you, hun?
I just downloaded it and I have to add it now, so I have to go find it. They just started loading into the chat. They weren't there beforehand, so I had to download it.
Yay! All right, Steve.
Wanda, can you add the other people who have the background up? Thank you so much.
And what's nice is we'll get a whole unified group together, and then we can take a screenshot of it.
I'm sorry, I'm still looking for the download.
Is it in the chat? Do you see it in the chat? Oh, there we go.
Wanda's got plenty of them in the chat.
Can you remove my spotlight and make it so that we're all in a group for us, Wanda, please? I guess I can remove my spotlight. Okay. And then, how are you doing, Jacqueline?
Well, I think I just got it. Now I have to save it.
Now, these are customizable. So when I made these, and that's what the masterclass that I will teach you is, you don't have to worry about going and stealing someone else's stuff. You can customize these for yourself. And I'll show you how I've done a few of mine as well. But doesn't this look so cool when we're all together? And then we can high five, just high five your partner on the side of you. There you go. Look at that. We're all uniform. Okay, and as soon as Jacqueline gets hers up, then we can do a nice screenshot of us all. And this is just a little thank you to John and all of his hard work and patience with all of us this week. My goodness. Also on this, if you notice, I got the words just a little bit low. So if I sit back just a little bit, then you can see everything. Sometimes you have to adjust your camera. This is something that I would go ahead and fix, but I was doing this yesterday without a model. So I was guessing.
Victoria, let's go ahead and take the photo, even though, as we know, we
Yep.
have someone just right behind you.
Okay. So let me get the chat out of it.
Let us know when to smile.
Oh, shoot. Hold on just a second. Okay. Are you ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'm going to drop it in the chat for us all. So we have it. And I learned how to do that this week. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Okay. There it is. And how much time do I have left?
Just enough time to introduce your next speaker.
Okay, so we have the one and only Jacqueline Sharp Ravella. She's an adventurer. She has flown airplanes, paraglided, and parasailed, is a world traveler, photographer, actor, and a team building facilitator.
Yeah, hi. You know, what's interesting is getting your light situated. That's a whole nother section on dealing with light. So thank you so much for that warm welcome. I have a fabulous producer here, and her name is Jo Welch. So Jo, let's go ahead and get started with the tool of all tools, my favorite, the poll. Polls are a very top engaging tool. If you haven't used it before, it's a must. So the reason why it's so good to use is because it's a great icebreaker. Everyone comes into the meeting and all of a sudden you have a poll that says, hey, where do you get your coffee? What's your favorite coffee place? All of a sudden, well, you've got the attention of everyone. Another thing is you learn from each other and you get to know each other. Also, participants, it gives them an opportunity to have a voice. Sometimes participants want to have their cameras closed as well as be on mute. So this way they get an opportunity to participate by placing their vote or their opinion on the poll. You get feedback results immediately, and the presenter learns about his or her audience and might want to add some bonus pieces based on the feedback from the poll. Jo, I believe we need to go to the next slide. Oh, there we go. Awesome. All right. So speaking of polls, let's go ahead and launch the adventure vacation poll I put together for you. You'll see on your screen, what adventure would you like? Would you do? You have about 60 seconds to answer that. Let's start.
Which of these
Dum, dum.
options, Jacqueline, would you want to do?
Oh, you have scuba dive, African safari, be an extra in the movie Mission Impossible, fishing in Alaska, rock climbing, relax on an unoccupied island, or go on a National Geographic expedition. Got about 30 seconds left.
I'm not able to click on there. Is there something I'm doing incorrectly? It just shows the poll, but I cannot get any, I can't click on anything.
That's because Victoria is co-hosted, because you are partially in control of this meeting, Victoria.
Oh, thank
Cannot
you.
vote.
Thank you for the.
Okay. Let's go ahead and hold on to those results. And then guess what? We will be revealing them a little bit later. Before you create a poll, key pieces to understand. Polls can be done before or during your meeting. My advice, put your polls together so you don't have to worry about that during your meeting. You have a basic or advanced poll option, and only hosts can create a poll in a Zoom web portal, but either a host or a co-host can launch the poll. You can create 50 polls for one meeting, webinar, or an event, and up to 10 questions. Hosts can also see results, but sharing is an option if for participants to view. Now, basic polling versus advanced polling. Basic polling is for limited, which means you can put in one choice for people to select or multiple choices. Advanced polling gives you a little bit more bells and whistles to work with. For instance, you can do short and long answers. You can rank order, matching, but really a nice, great feature is you can turn this into a quiz. Let's get started with a basic poll. We'll click on the webinar that has been created here, and then that will take you to a screen that will show you email settings, branding, poll survey. You want to click on polls. Next, you want to name your poll. For instance, the one that you just participated in was called the Adventure Vacation. From there, you'll want to go to your either single choice or multiple choice and start typing in your question. Next, from there, you can add more answers to your question. You can duplicate or delete your question, and you can also add up to 10 questions. You can hover over the pencil icon where you'll be able to edit. Now, here's where it starts to get really great because you're about to end the poll. Now, as you can see, we have the co-hosts can see the results and can choose to share the results if that's what the preference is. You also want to give participants a warning when their time is almost up. You will also see a timer up in the left-hand corner and a percentage of people who are participating. Now, this is where, if you choose, the attendee can see the view. So the Zoom poll is, where is Zoom headquarters located? It's 50% said San Francisco and 50% said San Jose. The actual correct answer is San Jose. Now, drum roll. Joe, could you please show us the results from the adventure poll? Wow. So 25% would scuba dive, 25% African safari, 25% relax on an unoccupied island, and then 25% for National Geographic adventure. If you haven't guessed by now, I'm an adventurer, which was also indicated in my introduction. I would have chosen scuba diving, which I recently did. I went to Hawaii and I had an opportunity to go to Kona and scuba dive. And let me tell you, it's quite the adventure and a learning curve, but I would do it all over again. Next time I plan to scuba dive with the manta rays. They're about 3 times the size of me. Wish me luck. If you have any questions, we'll put them up in the chat really quick. Otherwise, my producer will put in a few links to show you how to do a basic and advanced poll and turn it into a quiz. And also there's my LinkedIn for you. Thank you so much.
Great job.
All right, let's give Jacqueline a round of applause. And Jacqueline, let's feel free to introduce your next speaker.
Absolutely. I will be happy to. I'd like to go back to, make sure. All right, here we go. Okay. I am so happy to introduce my producer. She is amazing. Her name is Jo Welch, and she is known to many for her inclusive and collaborative approach to all things challenging. She is a kindred spirit to John Chen, our resident big kid, our resident big kid, because she works hard and, of course, plays hard. Today, she wraps up our training session by reflecting on the impact of doing everything ourselves. When it comes to running our virtual presence, she asked the question, to paraphrase Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, one of my favorite movies, just because you can does not mean you should. Welcome everybody to listen in on Jo Welch as she does her presentation.
Hello, hello, and thank you so much. A little shout out to all the presenters thus far. I'm also a sign language interpreter, and we know that for a lot of you can see right there, if you put your hands in the air, that is the best way to be able to show people that you're in support. Nice and visual. Thank you so much. And of course, we want to do a little shout out to my producer, Jacqueline, who will be behind the scenes and bringing all of the magic to you. My name is Jo Welch, and I'm known as many things, but probably the biggest one is that I'm a solo entrepreneur, and I'm just, having to do so much with so little. How many people out there are solopreneurs? So can I see some hands raised? You can use that reaction. We've learned a lot of tools today. Okay, I see some out there, right? That you're either by yourself or with somebody else. Maybe it's a very small team. And what we find as solopreneurs is that we have to stretch that dollar, right? We have $1 and that dollar needs to pay for the bank, the accountant, the lights, the place, the everything. And then on top of that, if we want to do something, what's going to happen? It's got to be on us. And I have my favorite person here, Homer Simpson. How many of you feel like Homer? And we're actually going to just adjust this a little bit, because there you go. Make sure that there's enough room that everybody is seeing. So many options, so little time. How many of you feel like that too, right? As even if you're not a solopreneur, we're doing everything all by ourselves, right? There's a way to get around that copyrighted music issue. But what does all of this mean? We have so many options, we have so many time. And then on top of running our business, since the pandemic especially, we find ourselves online. And so now we have to learn a whole other kettle of fish, right? We have to learn how to do the Zoom and how to bring our events out to the masses. Now, there are pros and cons, right? Because now you're no longer the mom and pop shop on the corner. Now you're the mom and pop shop nationwide or even internationally. But my big question is this: is it working when you are all by yourself? What's the impact? What is happening to you when you decide you're going to do everything yourselves? Now, I want to ask before we go there, how many of you are doing it all by yourself? I mean, really be honest here. I know I am. And again, quoting Jeff Goldblum, just because you can, does that mean you should? Does that mean you should? So we're going to talk about impact here. Come on, bring it up. We have a little activity because that is what an engaging program is about, right? We're here with the engaging virtual producer teaching other engaging producers. So here we are. And in the chat, you're going to respond. When you think about impact for your business, are you thinking car wreck or are you thinking bullseye? So put in the chat for me whether it is a crash or a bullseye. I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking that impact is going to be. All right, I'm already seeing bullseye, bullseye. Okay, so we're on the same page. So let's go to that first tip. I've used the word impact here because I feel like it's the easiest way for us to remember. We're going to go step by step so that you can even have that little checklist for yourself. One of my favorite books is the Checklist Manifesto. And sometimes having that checklist is the thing that's going to keep you moving. So let's go to that first tip. The first one is intention. We're looking at intention, that's the I, and what are we trying to do? So I'm going to ask you, when you go on your virtual, just in a couple words, what is your intention? Are you looking to build community? Are you looking to to convert that person into your client list? Are you looking to just share information? Everything we do has to have that interest, that understanding behind it. So let's see, to share information, John is looking for some bullseye. All right. I'm only seeing a little bit of engagement. Come on now. What is your intention when you get online? It might be to educate. It may be to have some fun, to build community, but it also may be to pitch or to close. Like all of those are items within us, especially for business owners. But now when we see that, help clients build a broader audience. Exactly. So what is the next piece of this? So now that I know my intention, I have to ask myself, am I really going to do this by myself? Can I build a broader audience? Can I make a difference? Well, we have to go to the next tip, which is find a producer, because once you have a producer, you're now able to offset some of those things so that you can stay on goal and on your broad and in terms of your bullseye, and the producer can help you out just like Jacqueline is helping me. And then we look at what we just learned today, which is a whole list of activities. Now tell me in the chat, which one was your favorite activity? We learned a lot. We learned how to improve our good looks. We learned how to change our background. Already, so many of you are just looking so professional. And what else did we learn? We learned about polls. We learned about, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of Olivia's. I should have written these things down. But again, like sticky notes, I love it all because what it's done is it's made us more productive. But again, now we have even more things that we're responsible for. So having that producer is going to be able to, oh yes, the chat, thank you so much. Making sure that that chat is even more robust. All that activity can be put onto the shoulders of a producer. And now I can focus on engagement. Well, and that brings us to the most powerful moment here, which is chaos. We know that all this is just regulated and controlled chaos, but we are entrepreneurs. So we've kind of said, yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to show up. We're here to bring it to our audience, but also we don't have to be alone. Also, by having that producer in the background, here is probably one of the best parts of it is the troubleshoot. How many of you have been on a Zoom, whether running it or doing it, and found that you need help? And you know that the person who's running it is also troubleshooting, is also having their own issues. And so by having that producer, you're able, thank you, Amy, you're able to ask them to troubleshoot for you. And as a result, make for a much smoother process, right? So that your group is engaged. I hear you. John Chen needs some help, but you know what, John, I've got your back. So no matter what, all in all, you have met amazing people who are here to change your impact. And my name is Jo Welch. And today I'm known as the biggest supporter of entrepreneurs. Use that impact to change your world. Hey, while I'm here, I'm going to bring John Chen back onto the screen, because you know what? It is the end of our program. And I want to say thank you to all the education that you brought for us. He's not only our big kid, he's our teacher, our mentor, and absolutely the lead in our engaging virtual meetings. I want to thank you not only on behalf of myself, but of my entire class. Thank you so much for pouring yourself into us and helping us get to that next level. My name is Jo Welch. You can find me at jowelch.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Jo. And let's do this. Everyone in our audience, please give a round of applause to all of our presenters today. Put your hands in the air. Thank you, everybody. Our guests here, I believe Steve is still here, as Ruth is here. Does anybody have something they learned today that they did not know about? Feel free to unmute if we have a comment. Steve or Ruth, could you share something?
Yeah, I thought the chat formatting was an interesting addition. I wasn't aware of that.
And what do you think you're going to use that for, Steve?
So I think because we tend to support a lot of big virtual and hybrid conferences, and often we're, the message that we're sending, because we're not just talking to the participants, but we're also talking maybe to interpreters, or we're talking to technical staff. So we have multiple producers at different levels. We have an event producer, and then we'll have other technicians who have specific roles. And so sometimes we're sending a message that's just going to that staff. And it's often something we've pre-thought of, that we know the interpreters have to, be connected and logged in and assigned in a certain way. So having those pre-formatted, that's the part that's really cool, is
yes,
you have bullets and numbers and things like that. So when you're sending something that's a bit more complex, you have a way to make it so that it's easily understood. So I'm going to definitely use that and start pre-formatting some chat messages and have them available to just copy and paste.
Outstanding, Steve. Ruth, do you also have something to add?
Yeah, I agree with Steve. The chat formatting was definitely something new. I didn't know about that. And also the pinning and spotlighting information I thought was really good, especially in the chat, thanks for the answers about, well, what's the difference between them, and, what overrides which one, kind of thing, so that the pinning overrides the spotlighting, because, otherwise you're sitting there playing with it, trying to figure out,
which is which.
How does this work?
And it always looks different to you than to somebody else. Also in the chat, you can now reply to somebody. You can even go back and delete a chat. So if you accidentally chatted or you have a big typo in one of your chats, you can actually edit it and you can actually remove it, so that if you like to be a little perfect, you can definitely do that. Thank you, Ruth, for attending today. This is John Chen. I am the author of Engaging Virtual Meetings, and you have just witnessed 6 of our latest event producers who are on the path in just an hour or two will complete their certification, right? If you need a producer, and let me just tell you, right, never Zoom alone. Thanks, Gil, for that amazing phrase. If you want to get to any of these producers, please contact me, let me know, and most of all, give a round of applause and support to these new producers who are learning these skills, helping to, in one of my top missions, which is to help reduce suffering in virtual meetings. I don't think it needs to be that way. I think that every virtual and hybrid meeting can be engaging. Let's say goodbye to our virtual audience. Thank you again to our live stream audience. And again, my name is John Chen, author of Engaging Virtual Meetings, and we will look forward to seeing you next time.